Ciao ragazzi, I'm Roberta, past evangelist, and today I'm going to show you how to make strascinati. So ragazzi, this shape of pasta comes directly from South Italy, the region of Puglia. The name strascinare, it actually means to drag in the local dialect. And let's see together how to make this beautiful shape of pasta. We start with the dough. The dough is semola and water, so pasta bianca. If you want to see the recipe of the pasta bianca dough, click the link left or right. It should be somewhere, guys. And we can start now. You have to just use a quarter of the dough, and don't forget to place the remaining on cloth, which I have left a little bit of water to don't dry completely the dough, and we keep aside. Now we can start shaping into a really long snake first, so we can then cut off little pieces to create the pasta. So now we have created a long snake. Let me give you tips. Sometimes the dough gets a little bit too dry and it's difficult to create the snake. Just put a little bit of water on your hand, not too much, and then you can roll it out pretty easy. Now we want it to cut about 1 centimeter. It all depends on how large you really want it to create the pasta. Normally they're not over 1 centimeter, but sometimes we really want it to make a little bit different, so we do smaller or larger. It's really up to you. Once we have cutted all the little piece of dough, we can start to create the pasta, which in this case you need a knife. It's not sharp. It's absolutely fine to use any knife that you got available. And now I will suggest to hold the knife this way because we want it to drag the pasta to the board. Normally it's very nice when you use a wooden board, as it's gonna give you the nice and rustic consistency. So now you just need to press a little bit and drag the dough, but trying to hold the part of the dough so it doesn't gonna curly. So the strascinati are very similar to orecchiette, but as you can see, it's flat. So there is not the dome shape that normally the orecchietta has, but we leave like this, completely flat. And I will probably say much easier than the orecchiette. And you can see the movement. What we basically do, we literally drag the dough and then we make sure that it's nice and flat. And you carry on until you complete all the dough. And don't worry if the pasta never looks all the same. You get a bigger or a smaller one, that's perfect. Remember that this is homemade pasta. It doesn't need to look perfect. It just needs to taste amazing. So we carry on and we finish off the dough. So the best way to store strascinati is, of course, on a wooden board. You leave it to dry. You will see that in half an hour the pasta will be completely dry. If you need to store for longer, then you put it always back in the freezer, not in the fridge, as the condensation will probably get into the dough and melt the pasta. And I will suggest you to cook for 5 to 6 minutes eggs. Remember, this is pasta bianca. There is no eggs, so it takes longer because the flour contains more protein. So it takes a little bit longer, but I want you to always taste the pasta. When you're happy with the consistency, go for it. So about 5 to 6 minutes, it will be perfect for the strascinati. Now, in Puglia, we love it to pair with seafood, but because it's also, you know, the best natural way and the most healthy way is simply tomato sauce and basil. And why not a little bit of cacio ricotta, which is a hard ricotta that is typical from Puglia, and yeah, it's how you really pair this type of pasta. Now, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more recipes and pasta.